What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski Sports, and we're going to find out if the new Arbor A Frame is a wise buy for you. Now, I did say the new A-frame because this is a board that has been in Arbor's lineup for an insanely long time. But for 25-26, they worked with their team rider, Mark Carter, and they've given this thing a complete overhaul. So in the past, the A-frame was a little bit more of a traditional shaped board where the nose and tail looked a little bit similar. It's always been a directional board, but obviously for 25-26, this is full-on directional. We've got that nice, long, pointed nose. We have the shorter tail, obviously been blunted off and swallowed out like crazy. And obviously when you get this thing into the deep snow, it's gonna wanna float. So that big, huge nose is gonna wanna get up on top of the snow. That shorter tail is not only gonna wanna sink, but that swallow is gonna make it sink even more. And then beyond that, it actually does make for a board that's a little bit easier steering in the tail too. When you do take this material out of the swallow, in the middle of the board there, when the board is flexing torsionally in and out of your turns, it does give you a little bit smoother, easier push. And then we go to the bend on this thing. It is a traditional camber, so we've got a ton of power in between your feet. And the flex is a little bit more of a medium stiff flex overall, so that's one thing that really hasn't changed much. And then when we go inside of the board, it has a mixed glassing, so we're getting a layer of triaxle and a layer of biaxle. That's giving you the power where you need it, but also giving you a little bit more smoothness, because this board obviously is going to want to go fast and charge hard, but when you're getting into the powder, you want something that has a little bit easier, smoother feel too, because nothing says easier and smoother feel like riding powder. But then in addition to that, we have their carbon vector netting going across the board, so you're getting a little bit more push in and out of your turns. It's going to liven up the board, not only edge to edge, but along the length of the board, giving it more pop and more stability without actually having to stiffen it up. And then this thing does have their RWD carbon A-frame in the tail. So remember when I talked about this tail being nice and easy steering? Well, they've got some carbon in there too, so it still maintains power. You get the ultimate combination of a tail that's easy in and out of your turns, but still gives you some push. And then of course, it wouldn't be an Arbor board if we didn't have somewhat of a wood top sheet. So we've got that hand-dyed ash top sheet that's not only making the board look amazing, but it is adding some pop, power, and stability to the board overall without having to add another layer. And then when we flip over to the bottom of the board, we have a centered base, because obviously if you've got a pro model board and you've got pros that are going fast and riding hard, they're gonna wanna have one of the top bases out there. But is the Arbor A-frame a wise buy for you? Well, this is definitely for those advanced riders who wanna dig trenches just as much as they wanna float in the POW. Like we said, with that combination of the mixed glass, the carbon vector netting, that carbon in the tail, and obviously that swallow tail, this makes for a board that does wanna go easy in and out of your turns, but it doesn't feel dead. It has a quick feel, but it is still an easy, smooth feel. And as if that wasn't enough, it does have a little bit more of a progressive side cut going down the edge and that taper. So something, again, that is gonna wanna float like crazy. It's gonna initiate turns very, very easily, but when you get this thing on edge and you're laying on a carve, it's really gonna lock in. But if you have any questions about anything we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube channel, and make sure to head on into your local Sun and Ski so you can check out the new Arbor A-frame for yourself. But if you don't have one nearby, no big deal. You can always look them up at sunandski.com.